Stephen Wallace in the 64 is around. Caution flag is out.
Oh, talk about losing track position in a hurry. That's one way to do it.
And Stephen started in the 11th spot.
Yeah.
He's going to be 43rd now.
But that's the thing is he just got tapped. There's no damage to the car, so I mean the car is fine. It's just that now you've got your work cut out for us. There's that accordion effect I was talking about. These guys slow down in front of you. All the guys coming up from behind can't get after the brakes quick enough. Unfortunately, Stephen did nothing wrong, but he paid for it.
And the 18 car that bumped him is J.J. Yaley, driving for Joe Gibbs Racing, one of the Nextel Cup drivers in the field.
Well, Doc, Stephen Wallace starting on the pole for the first time ever. So I asked him, what's your goal now? He said, my sights are on victory. Not just one victory. He wants 10 victories here at Bristol. Why? Because his dad, Rusty Wallace, won here 9 times.
Looking back at turn 4, there he goes around. Stephen tries to go to the high side to get by him, and up comes Krisiloff.
Yeah, it's just a bad luck right there. He just almost made it, but there's a lot of dirty part of the racetrack after rubber, oil dry, stuff like that. It's really slick on the top of that track. So
once again, Johnny Sauter to 28 in the back of Jason Leffler.
That's a good illustration of the accordion effect. You see how one car just starts stacking them all up, and not enough reaction time.
And there's just no room for anybody to go. The whole racetrack's blocked. A 16 car drives under the back of the 66. 66 cars and 88 is Shane Huffman.
Spotters can't even help you with this kind of.
Once you're in smoke like that and everybody's checked up, it's just
you see how fast it happens. It was just bam,
There's
bam,
nothing
bam.
going on. The whole entire racetrack's blocked. That's the problem.
Unfortunately, though, for Stephen Wallace today, the high and the low, the high being your first pole. You led your first laps this year, Stephen. You were caught up there in a few different incidents, actually. Take us through your day and what finally brought you back here.
Yeah, the first incident was all my fault. I was just being real impatient, ran over a lap car. It's my fault. Hate that I did that. It got us a good shot of running good today, and then it put us in the back with all the rough driving cars. So, I hate it for letting life be these odds. You know, I really feel like today was my time to shine. I just let it all blow up right in front of my face. So we'll go to Nashville and just go as hard as we can go. You know, I really run good there. So we'll see what goes on there. But it's just a big disappointment. I let myself down, the whole team down. So we'll get them next week though. Be all right.
Back at Nashville Super Speedway, the cars are getting set to roll as we take a look at our starting grid. A 19-year-old Stephen Wallace picking up his second pole of the year and just his 33rd career start.
He's racing up on the outside of Cale Gale in the 33. Looks like he may have locked up the brakes getting in the corner. Actually, looks like we got to see some smoke.
They have a leak somewhere, or was that a brake?
No, I saw some sparks coming out of the right side of it, too. I don't know if...
Like flames in the right rear there.
You know, guys, I'm not so sure we didn't lose an engine. It's coming out from under the hood. Flames out the side. It looks like the thing has blew an engine up getting down in the corner. So we'll just have to take a look. It's still on fire.
Stephen, what exactly happened there?
When flying down in turn 3, I had a real good car, and the dang brake pedal went to the floor, completely to the floor. Didn't have anything to do with it. It wasn't my fault. It didn't cut a hole in the right rear brake line, you know. I don't know what kind of luck I need to do or for what money can buy or what I need to do, but I need to get some luck on my side. It's just, I hate it. It's just words can't explain it how frustrating it is right now.
Doc, we're coming to the green.
All right, total frustration. The young man had so much, wanted to be impressive here in front of all the home folks here in the state of Missouri and the Wallace family and the reunion. And just 5 laps in, it's up against the wall there with no brakes. And you see the flames from underneath the car as he headed to the garage area.
You just can't stop. We don't have brakes. And evidently it broke a right rear brake line, he said, and all the fluid squirted out. But Andy, you and I saw that coming a lap before that.
Just out of the groove here. There's nowhere to go right here. It's almost like running in an alley with these guardrails on both sides.
And he just got into the entry of the S's and got too high, tried to make too late of an entry, it appears, and got out in the gray.
Hi, guys. Good to hear.
He was racing hard for the lucky dog.
Stephen Wallace, it goes around in turn number 4, bringing out our 24th caution.
Get it fired up.
They're waiting for Stephen to fire it up. This is our 3rd time, as this is our 800th Busch Series race. 3rd time in 800 races. There have been 70 or more laps under caution, or 20 or more laps, or 20 or more cautions, I'm sorry.
And it's another case of a car just getting in the corner too deep. You see the 49 car of Brian Keselowski just locked the left front wheel up, couldn't get slowed down again.
Was there a little confrontation there on the way to pit lane?
Well, I would say that Steven's pretty upset right now. His temper's getting...
We are out of the race. We are out of the race. Go to the trailer. It's over. They pulled our scorecard. Straight, turn left.
Okay, so something has happened that NASCAR did not like, and they have told Steven to go to the trailer.
Well, there's rough driving going on right now. NASCAR's not going to tolerate it. They got mad at Steven for, you know, he got mad because he got spun out by the 49. And he's just upset right now. He's had a bad year, and he's hoping for a good race here, and it didn't happen. So frustration set in.
All right, let's go back and see if we can see what happens here. Now, this is after the incident has occurred, and Steven looks like he's tracking the 49 down. Yeah, he did.
The good and the bad for Steve Wallace. First of all, the good, he's mixed up in this very fast draft, running very well on the low side of the racetrack.
And that was all fine on the racetrack. They went back to the garage to make some changes on the race car, and on his way back out, he didn't make it to pit road. There was a big accident there. He got sideways and he went into the fence, and you can see an extreme amount of damage on that race car. They had to put it on a rollback and take it out of the racetrack. It's done for today.
Oh, look at the contact. Kyle Busch gets bumped by the 66, and here he comes right back underneath him. But coming out of turn number 4, Denny Hamlin fulfills a dream.
Man, what a finish. They were dead sideways going into turn 3, bumping and banging, and held on to it.
And you saw the confrontation with Kyle Busch and Stephen Wallace. Now, Kyle did finish 3rd, Stephen 5th, and here's what happened. He looks in. Typical Friday night. Oh, Stephen grabs the helmet. I think 2 guys will be going to the trailer, and you may have to get your wallet out, Dad. There may be a fine.
I'm staying out of this one.
Yeah, I hear you. Stay with us.
Was for Kyle Busch coming all the way from the back to the front, and excitement at the end. Always with you, Kyle, at the end. It's so exciting. But take us through the final lap and what happened with you and Stephen Wallace.
Well, I mean, we had a struggling night all night. You know, we had to battle there at the end of the race. And Stephen, I guess, got a better run off of turn 2, and instead of, you know, turning low to pass me, you know, he just hit me in the back end there and drove into turn 3, and he knew I was going to hit him, so he moved up the racetrack out of my way, and we got through there luckily, and we were able to come home 3rd or whatever we were. I don't even know. But, you know, when you bump somebody on the straightaway, if you want to play boys' games like that, you know, then it's every man for himself. And I don't care. I'll wreck as many cars as I need to. So, to me, I'm not going for points. If he's going for points, it's going to hurt him a lot worse than it's going to hurt me.
You jumped out of your car and you went back and had words with him. What did you say?
I basically told him that you mess with the bull, you're going to get the horns, and then he wanted to grab my helmet, which is, you know, pretty childish again. But, you know, we'll see what happens here in the future, and if he wants to play those games, he's going to get hurt.
All right, Kyle Busch, birthday boy tonight, turned 23. Let's go over and get the other side of what happened. Mike Massaro.
And Stephen Wallace has just climbed from his car. What is your take on what transpired in that last lap between you and Kyle?
That's just Richard, man. Here on a 3/4-mile racetrack, you're racing as hard as you can. You know, it's just a green-white checkered. I mean, what can you do, you know? But besides that, you know, our Nick Chevrolet, 8 years Monte Carlo, you know, ran really good. I got to thank John Bean and Susan Bean. You know, we finally pulled this top 5 off for him, and it was just a good run for us. You know, we worked real hard over the offseason, and, you know, we've had a lot of fast race cars just having anything to show. You know, ran 10th in Mexico and 5th here, so we're finally building some momentum that we can carry there at Darlington. So just got to thank everybody at HRS, you know, RWI, and I think Harold Holly and all those guys have changed my life and my whole race team around.
He leaned in the window after you guys came down pit road. What did he say to you?
I don't know what he was saying, but if I jerked him by the helmet and just rattled his cage a little bit to know him, just to tell him that I wasn't happy with it. You know, he's just a little girl about it. You know, I don't know. I just think it's pretty bad, you know, when they call drivers introductions, everybody in the grandstands bouges. You know, it's always for a reason. It's sore loser. But anyway, good day for H.R. Holmes and John Bean. Thank you.
Take a look. That's Scott Lagacy Jr. on the 11 underneath. Into him. Here we go. Hang on. Ow.
Ah, got spun. Unbelievable.
So our 3rd caution comes out, and there's a lot of damage to the rear of Stephen Wallace's number 66 Impala.
Right, man.
And I was worried about that outside groove of these restarts, guys. It just happens.
Side, fellas, left side.
Stephen was up to 10th position when the caution comes out after he gets hit in that left rear corner pack. Whoa.
I got a sense here that Steven's not real happy with Scott Lagasse.
Well, he's just got to use his head right now. He's hot. This is a big race for him with the sponsors being here, and just really upset.
Yep, here we go. I'm sure NASCAR is going to be looking to see if anything.
I just let him know he doesn't like the way he was racing there.
Yeah, hasn't made any contact yet. He really needs to get that car to pit lane. They can work on it.
Yeah, he's just really upset right now, and he's just got to control his temper, get it in. Like I said, it was a big race. And a fast car, but...
Go here. Quit playing around up there. Go.
See the caution waving on the right-hand side. Stephen Wallace right behind him. Oh, that's what happened. They just checked up because the caution car starts to pull out in front of the field right there.
Yes, he did. Caution car come out a little early there.
Unbelievable. Way too early.
They were both on the brakes.
You see, he gets a big run on these 3 cars.
And I think Stephen was doing a great job being a little patient there. He could have pushed the issue even before. But right here, the track narrows up. Gilliland goes through the grass, and that shoots him over into Stephen Wallace. It's a huge mistake right there.
Boy, John West Townley did a nice job of not making it a 4-car deal. While all this was happening, remember from this previous crash, this is Stephen Wallace and his frustration. I think that helmet's going to have to go away. Shannon?
Yeah, obviously not happy with the way things have ended tonight. Stephen, this is the second wreck now that we've seen in a matter of a few minutes. What are the conditions like out there right now?
Conditions are fine. You just got to have guys that have respect for each other, not just wreck guys, you know. So our 5-hour Energy Chevrolet was really good. I apologize for what I did by throwing my helmet. I was really stupid and childish. I was just really frustrated. You know, when it rains, it pours, and it's really pouring right now for me. You know, we got wrecked in the past 3 weeks in a row. It's just probably the most frustrated I've ever been in my life. You know, I'm having a good season. It's just bad luck's going down. So we'll try and get this thing fixed and go back out there and, you know, make some laps.
So you're Brian Scott. He was the other car that was involved in this.
Oh, and he gets a little help. That's Wimmer.
Yeah. And he collects up Brown there. And Stephen Wallace, just a victim there. Drives up underneath the back of it.
Yeah, and you're just going so fast.
I don't really know what happened. 5-hour Toyota wasn't running too bad. We got a little loose there at the end, or at the start, and we pitted, and I was just would fly down on turn 3, and rolled out of the gas there. I just saw a car spinning out and saw hell breaking loose. There was nothing I could do. You know, this track's just really fast, and you just don't have enough time to react, and saw the car catch on fire. That's about it. So.
Did you feel it?
Yeah, I got a hard head. I'll be all right.
Whoa, looks like he lost a tire right there.
Easy here, easy.
See that right front went down right before he went in.
Here.
I was real concerned about that, with that damage in the right front.
Right side damage, pretty heavy.
Mike, just a victim right there.
Low, Steve.
Here's the outside view.
Hear the tire blow, see the sparks.
No track mark.
There he is down toward the bottom of your screen.
You see him wobbling a little bit getting in that corner. He was already having trouble when he got to the corner. That got him down on the apron, and then he came back up in the racetrack in front of Stephen Wallace.
And Stephen was getting a push from Travis Quapple, who's trying to race into the 500.
Hey, it's go time, guys.
See the 30 car in the 66 race, and the 30 hit the 66 in the back a little bit, and there was nowhere for anybody to go. Massive wreck here.
Yeah, if we go back a little bit earlier, we can see that there was contact with the 30 and 66 because neither of them could get slowed down. And believe me, the spotters jump on the radio and say, shut it down.
I don't really know what happened, man. Our 5-hour Energy Toyota, we kept working on it all night long, kept making it better and better. And my spotter came on the radio, said there's a crash in front of you. And at that time, me and James Busch were racing hard. We raced for about 15, 20 laps and finally got underneath of him, got him cleared. And he bumped me a little bit getting into turn 3. And at the same time, my spotter said, check up, check up, check up. And I got in the brakes, and the car got sideways, and it just slid all the way through the corner. There was nothing I could do. I tried to nail it, you know, to accelerate away from Michael. It's just one of those racing deals. I hate it for both of our cars, you know. The pilot car was running good, and the 5-hour car, you know, we were making it better. It's just one of those things, man. It sucks.
As here is Stephen coming in. Whoa, okay, well. Jim, what's going on?
Well, that's the first thing I'm going to ask Steve Wallace about, even though he just posted a career-best 4th-place finish. You saw the same replay I did. What gives?
I don't know. My 5-hour Toyota was really fast today. We had a couple challenging moments where me and Carpentier were racing really hard, and I got underneath of him. I tried to outbrake him. He crowded me. I got loose, and I spun him out. Obviously, Baxter was upset. I'd be upset too. You know, but only girls pull hair, so I don't really know if it's you know what to say about that. But great finish for our 5-hour Toyota. The pit stops were great. The car ran great all weekend, and today was a good finish. And I feel really bad about what happened to Jason Leffler. That might have looked intentional. It wasn't intentional. I'm trying to seal everything up I can with him, and I feel really bad about him. And that was honestly a racing deal. Me and the 9-car Ambrose were side by side. He was in front of him, and I checked up, and Leffler was coming down, but I used to swear on my life that was not intentional. So, Jayski, if you're listening, I'm sorry, and that's all I can say. But 5-hour Toyota was fast, man, and we're going to go to my favorite track, Bristol. Have a good run.
Congratulations on the finish.
They've been around each other all day long. See here now, Stephen Wallace is going to try to make a pass on the inside. Looks like he got a little bit loose and up into the 30.
That's Ron Hornaday gets underneath. Boy, Eric Almirola slides past. So does Ricky Carmichael there, the 34.